Okay, what do we have here? So, best cards are like Twins, Cruise, Reckless Worm, Hooting Mandrills. Rebirth is the most powerful card. I don't know, it always feels very, like, there are like red-green decks that don't even want Rebirth. Sometimes. So I'm not sure that I would take it. Living Law, I've not played with yet. Law, Twins, and Tower are your free here. Yeah, I might be underrating Law. I've not played with or against it yet. Card might be quite good. Yeah, I think I like Worm more than Twins. I believe. Because you get Mad Prophet in red. And red's also just a better color than black. I'm gonna take the Reckless Worm. Kind of a boring first pick, but here we go again. Oh, you like Dragoon way over Mad Prophet? That's fair, Alice. Dragoon is very good. It's like way better than it likes. There's also an Anger for our Reckless Worms. What happened to the Aura deck? We lost the first round, decided it couldn't ever win a round, and dropped. Do we just take the Angel? I'm assuming you mean the Spirit. Oh, the Anger, sorry. It might be the Anger. The Anger's really strong. It might actually just be better than the Sovereigns. I'm being really impressed with this card. Anger's a strong second pick. Yeah, I think I agree. It might actually just be better than Sovereigns. Sovereigns is like a really specific deck to try and draft. Draft all the lootings. Alright, do we take the Rebirth now? The Root Waller, like Force Red Green. The Blast, yeah, Blast is nice too. Blast is like very powerful if we end up in blue-red. It doesn't really go with our first two cards though. You think Blast is better than Rebirth? I would agree with that. It is like a late Blast too. You Blast or Wind or Scuzzy. I'm gonna take the Blast just because it's the best card. And like accept that we might not end up playing it, and that's fine. Alright, so there's a Treasure Cruise if we want to be in blue-red. And there's also a Scuzzy which is good in like red-green. I think I'm taking the Cruise though, it's so good with Blast as well. Gives us like potential direction to go. Jeez, this draft already feels like it's like panning out better than last time. We are cruising for a Blaster in that well-known saying shop. You like where this is going? It's feeling okay. I am not upset about the direction things are going at the moment. Certainly happier than the last deck. Ooh. There's like Treasure Cruise, Aether Snipe. Snipe is very good, for sure. It's like one of the easiest ways to answer heroic shenanigans. You just take the Treasure Cruise and wield the Living Law, the dream. Cruise lets us like go all in on the spells plan, which is like definitely a thing. Might be incorrect. Unsure. Alright, we have a Scuzzy, a Jin. I think a Stitch Drake is like not great. Yeah, you don't usually want more than one cruise. I think I agree with that. I think Jin is not the absolute best in this format. It's probably a fine pickup. It's really awkward against like the amount of bounce running around. Yeah, it's a finisher. That's true. I'm not in love with it. Oh, yes, we'll take it. Ooh, this is nice with the cruise. Splash the Vapors. With so many expensive things to find off it. I think I like the Scorekeeper. This is a late Wayfinder. Jeez, it's kind of absurd. I think I'm just gonna take this. We're probably not ending up in blue-green, but we could just take the Mirror, speculate. We have seen a lot of these going around this draft. I'm gonna stay flexible though. Another cruise is great. Because now with the Wayfinder, we could just end up in blue-green. Like, could end up pretty nice for us. I'm definitely pretty open to ending up in blue-green and like milling myself. I can take Just the Wind or Pulse. Pulse is way better if I end up in blue-green because we can set up like the Archaea Monster loop. I think Just the Wind is pretty good, but God, I love this loop too much if we can pull it together. I've had really positive experiences with the Archaea Monster Pulse loop. It's felt like very legit to me, weirdly. Alright. We have some options open to us. We could be a blue-red spells deck. We could like move in on blue-green, depending on what we open. Fulminator Mage is one of the worst rares in the format. Yeah, we need to build our early game regardless, I agree with that completely. Yeah, the late Wayfinder was very strange. I agree. This is a tough one. Got a Sleight of Hand that like helps fill the yard for Cruise. Guild Mage is like a bit of early game. Kinda want this Sleight of Hand. It's like something to do early. It fills the yard for Cruise as well. So many of this card. We just want looting. Right. It's like great with Cruise. We have this Reckless one. Seems perfect. Now we can adjust the wind. Now we've got the looting. Alright, this is kind of coming together a tiny bit. Wow, another one. Seems pretty great for us. Honestly, don't hate the Prismatic Lens. We've got lots of big things going on in the deck. So I think the lens is fine also. I honestly kind of just want to take this. Our curve is so high. It's something to do early. It's hard to get the madness enablers for Worm, like the early madness enablers. You don't get Dragoon or Puppy. So you're like really all in on looting. Jeez, this pack is the worst. Artisan's okay. We can't really cast it in this deck. Aven, yeah, it's probably just the Aven. I think Aven's a pretty bad card. I would prefer not to play it if possible. Yeah, we could take this Spider if we wanted to head into green. This Spider is very strong, I believe. I'm going to take this. I don't think missing out on an Aven is really costing us much. What does this do? Can't block and can't be blocked. Huh. Black or green permanent, so it's good if we're doing this, but otherwise not terribly impressive. We don't really have any options but the Prowler, so we might as well take it. Yeah, we're just not seeing red cards. It feels like. So I'm kind of tempted just to cut this stuff. Play some like awkward blue-green deck. Like, red's just getting cut from both sides, somehow. Stitch Drake is not the worst if we can pick up more Wayfinders. I'll slam the brown scale. 2-3 for free is not the most impressive. I guess this is a card that can win the game. Like Mize wins like the Angel does. Yeah, we really need Wayfinders, I agree completely. Desperately looking for some Wayfinders here. I don't really know what's been going wrong in these draft queues today. We've been doing like pretty well up until now. For the last few drafts have all felt like real wonky and awkward. I'm gonna take this and just hope to get lots of Skullkeepers and Wayfinders from here on. I don't think the Prey Upon is like terribly impressive here. That could make sense, Alice. To be fair, a lot of our opponents' decks today have also been pretty awkward. I don't know. Jeez, passing on burial rights. We've been seeing a lot of good black cards late in these packs. I think maybe we're just meant to be blue-black, but it's also kind of too late to move in. I guess we don't really have green cards. Therefore, I'm just going to take this. I'm not going to miss a Crushing Canopy. Statistics, no, not bias or hate. Oh my god. Based on what we've been seeing, I'm fairly confident we were meant to be black this draft. I'm not sure when we were meant to move in though, is the problem. I think the late Wayfinder kind of threw me off. I maybe got too attached to my first couple picks being red. And didn't like move off it quick enough. Alright, this last pack needs to be so kind to us. Good start. Glenalandra is disgusting. And then we've got a Wayfinder for our Stitch Drakes now. Fairly sure this is the pick. I think Wayfinder and Stitch Drake is how we win games with this deck. Like, Wayfinder is so good with Cruise as well. Can mill over the River Prowler. Kind of like patching something together here. Any Skullkeepers that are open we should wheel. Yeah, bring the Worm back in and cut Blast, I think I agree. Worm is a way to win games. Don't I mean stitching something together. Oh my god, George. You. This Living Lore is pretty good with these cruisers. We don't have a lot else that goes with it. Making an 8/8 does sound kinda gas. I think we're gonna wheel the Skullkeeper, so I don't need to take that. I think we're just meant to take this. Just like aim real high. Yeah, Living Lore with Cruise seems awesome. To word it lightly. Another Ether Snipe. The Walker is also not bad, but the Lore can hit Cruises we mill to Wayfinder, it sure can. Or like Skullkeeper if we wheel that second one. This is like kind of coming together in its own way. Yeah, we just need to take the Skullkeeper. Wait, this is an actual strategy? Apparently so. But the wheels were always off, Marcus. There were no wheels to come off. They were lying on the ground as things began. I would take scrapping out a 2-1 with this deck, but I think it can scrap out a 2-1 based on what we have so far. Yeah, the flight isn't terrible. Boneyard Worm isn't terrible. Jeez. This is pretty bad with Treasure Cruise. You'd Hoot. Yeah, Hoot might be better. It's one of those two. Boneyard is anti-synergy, yeah, that's my concern. Prey Upon's looking better than it was before. A bunch of big bodies now. I'm gonna take the Mandrills. We can cope with one more Delve spell. It's pretty nice here. I could just take the Prey Upon now. 3 Stitch Drakes is a lot of Stitch Drakes. I guess we're gonna wheel a Skullkeeper though. Most likely. Yeah, I do like a Prey Upon at some point, I agree. I mean, this is certainly a curve. Oh. God is real bad. This deck looks a lot more autumn. It looks a lot more functional too. We have a second Just the Wind, or we have an Iridescent Drake. Both seem pretty bad here. I think I'll put this on the side though. Or Drake for the side versus Enchantment decks, that's fair. I can see that. Gas. Yeah, Drake hits any grave. It's real nice. It's 3/3, gets smaller, or this. I guess I put this on the board. Maybe there's like a matchup where we want like flights and defy gravity somehow. Question mark, raise eyebrow. Alright. This could definitely be worse. So what are we cutting? Need to cut some top end. For sure. Need to cut 1 snipe over the Djinn. I think I agree. Maybe the worm. Maybe. We don't have any way to cheat on the worm, which is awkward. Just the Wind or the worm. Yeah. Y'all might be right about this here worm. Not really a ramp deck either. Yeah, we just have like the Prismatic Lens, which is helping out a bit, but I guess my thinking was the worm was a way to like win games, which I think is not great at, but the Djinn also wins games. I think I'd rather have the Djinn, it's more castable. I don't really want to go too low on forests, even though we have all this double blue. Because we need to be able to cast our Wayfinders to dig for lands. So I think this is fine. Honestly, there's a world in which we're already meant to be playing 16 lands. You're voicing your dislike of Scuzzy. Well, we love Scuzzy. Scuzzy is our friend. But voice heard. Scuzzy is dear to my heart. Alright. Damn it, Scuzzy. Why you gotta be like this? Just need to mill a creature. Are we have the perfect 4? Come on, just need to mill a creature. Come on, Skullkeeper. I swear, if Skullkeeper mills like land treasure cruise, I'm gonna scream. Come on. Yes! Oh my god, oh my god. Thank you, deck. So giving. Wow, this draw is absurd. I've never actually drafted Innistrad. It was before my time. Sadly. It seems kind of sick. Wow. Alright. I mean, deck's clearly perfect based on that game. I would have loved it, I can imagine. I've heard very good things about the set. I also just like enjoy nonsense in general. The sound is worse. I think I'm gonna keep. We have a plan for later in the game at least. I've never flashback drafted it either. That is correct. Why would we ever mulligan? Ah, oh, so close. So close. It's fine. Scuzzy's gonna help us here. Glad you enjoy the emotes in Joktilio. And yeah, I wasn't invited, sadly. Hopefully next time though. It seems kind of sweet. Alright, plan is clearly just to hard cast the cruise for 8 mana. That's how we're doing this. Yep. Well then. That was something else. Oh, do they have like an official stream with commentary and stuff? They revealed an Ulamog. They domed us for 12, in fact. Yikes. Alright. Apparently that deck has a good late game. Oh, Matthias is doing commentary. I like Matthias. Matthias is great. Huh. Block, I dare ya. Alright, now we get to block on the way back. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. So we get to block with Glenn to stop this Dargon. Oh, it might be a different Matthias to the one I'm thinking of. Hey Gavrov, good to see you. Glad to see you like the new emotes. Of an evolution, draw free. Oh, I can pulse back the Glen. This was pretty good. Yeah. I'm gonna cancel this and then pulse back Glen. And keep getting some blocks in here. Whilst Scuzzy does work. Dreamscape Artist, deal. Also deal. I guess they can block down Scuzzy now. Alright. Draw for turn. So attack with Scuzzy. And see what they do. Awesome. Now prey upon down the Balefire Dragon. I'm going to do this off the Scuzzy, because I think I care most about keeping my Glenelendra open. More than anything else. And now we can do this. I want the creature in the yard instead of the pulse, right? Yeah, I need the creature in the yard for the 3/4 flyer. Nice. And now I can just pass the turn, so I can hold open counter. Or like another Blast of Genius or something like that. Oh wow, they're making mana with the Eidolon. Oh, they're casting Ulamog. Right. That is an Ulamog. How much mana do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if they have a land, they recast this next turn. Does not seem great. I guess we have to win this though. I don't know, I can just soak up 4 permanents. That's probably fine. Like, lose some lands, move on with my life. Yeah, I think this is fine. You know, questionable use of the word fine, but I'm glad to see people are liking the yikes emote. I think I want to go double Skullkeeper, Mandrills, hold open Glen mana. No, this one doesn't exile your library. This is old Ulamog. I think Mandrills with Just the Wind potentially just kills our opponent next turn. Alright, get down to Mandrills, put them to 4, so now Mandrills is lethal on its own. If they aren't careful, they die next turn. At least that's the hope. Will we defeat the mighty Eldrazi Titan with our squad of Skullkeepers? They can make it unblockable, but then we only go to 3. Also, if they make it unblockable, we can like bounce it and they can't recast it this turn. So I think that works out fine for us too. But honestly, if they make it unblockable, I think I'm tempted just to soak up the 10 damage. Sack 4 lands. Gives me the highest chance of killing them next turn. Another Blast of Genius? What? Targeting the Mandrills, that's adorable. Alright. Well, this is a thing that has to happen. If they attack with Ulamog, they die. Unless they have a blocker. I guess they just got back the Eidolon. We can bounce the Eidolon and then they're dead. So yeah, I think they're currently dead. See you soon, Marcus. Sack these. I'm just gonna go to 3. They have like a pump spell or whatever, then so be it. I need to give myself the best possible chance of killing them here. Interesting. So we know they have the Eidolon in hand, we attack with team, they go 1-1, 1-1, 0-2, and then we bounce the 0-2 and they die. Give them Xaxes. This game is sweet. Jeez. Who needs to bounce Ulamog anyway? Got this Trampler. That was pretty great. Alright. 1-0. That is actually kind of come together. Had a rocky start to the draft. Once we realised we weren't meant to be red, things kind of worked out. See if we can keep these wins coming in. The Skullkeeper or Wayfinder and the Stitch Drake thing is kind of neat, honestly. We need a celebration emote. Oh my god. We did. We slayed the Ulamog. Brave guy. It was gas. Who cares about an Eldrazi Titan anyway? Little Autumn holding a Nationals trophy. Oh my god. That actually sounds kind of great. Yeah. If one of these was an island, I think I would keep this. Oh my god, Gavrov. You raise an excellent point. I'll say that much. Whatever. Kept worse hands. You have to use these as soon as possible. I dig it. Alright, we're going to draw Satyr Wayfinder. It's going to grab us an island and mill Treasure Cruise. It's going to be great. That is the plan. Come on, opponent. Autumn, I've kept worse hands, but shit, everyone. It's so hard to mulligan, Imogen. Why would you ever want to go to just 6 cards? It's so few cards. It's like strictly less than 7 cards. Worst hand I've ever kept. That's... in my like first few months of playing Magic, I would keep basically every one-lander. And whenever I'd be successful, my boyfriend at the time would just like shake his head and complain about how little justice there was. I kept a hand in the finals of a winner box against a friend. I was playing Blue-Black Control. It was like 1 land, couple early spells, couple mid-game spells, dig through time. I look actively happy when I draw when I play my second land on turn 2. He accuses me of keeping a 1-lander. I proceed to cast Ugin on turn 8 against his like Abzan aggro deck. This was a 6-card hand, but it was before the Scry rule. So it was still pretty egregious. I I used to keep a lot of 5-landers with Grixis Delver if they had a Brainstorm. Or like a couple Wastelands. Whenever I was like looking at openers, I would just treat Wastelands as spells, essentially. At GP Birmingham about 8 months ago when I was playing Grixis Delver, I had 2 different games I won in the mirror where I kept a 6-card hand where the only land was Wasteland. This was like on the draw in both games, but I just figured it was like incredibly hard to win off 5 cards in the mirror, and that like Wasteland randomly wins a bunch of games on its own, almost regardless of what your opponent's doing. And like very easily won both games. I keep a lot of really bad hands, basically. Don't trust my mulligan decisions. Is the lesson. Hoot hoot. Jeez, inject Helio. That's really rough. What I'm saying is always never more, exactly. Almost said always keep. Slight differentiation. I suppose. Ooh. Alright. This Living Lore is not looking the actual best, I will admit. That Scuzzy is looking like the actual best, I will also admit. How does anyone ever beat a Scuzzy? Just can't be done. This card is just unbeatable. Nathan. Thank you so much, Nathan. The 16 months of support. That's amazing. Everyone get some at A Lily Dreamies into chat for Nathan. I'm glad you enjoyed the emotes so much. I saw your tweet. Month 16 out of lifetime. Oh my god, Nathan. You're great. Thank you. Oh my god. This is like my favorite emote now. We just meant to take this card super highly. Every time I cast it, I win the game. Every time my opponent casts it, it just doesn't feel like I can ever win. Like, how do I ever win this game? They just played 2 Scuzzbacks. Card is just not beatable. Can't block. I don't feel like I win by blocking with this Hooting Mandrills. I also don't feel like I win by attacking. Yeah, the Living Lore is looking poor, I will agree. See you, Selene. Safe travels. Actually, I guess I need to draw Skullkeeper and Miller Treasure Cruise. And just like block with this Mandrills. I guess that's the plan. And I take 6, go to 6. But the Living Lore would be able to block a Scuzzback. That kind of gives me a chance. That's pretty beefy. Alright. Well, I'm forced to block here, essentially. It's almost what I asked for. It's cost me 6 mana, so I don't get to play the Living Lore afterwards. Alright. Let's not keep that opener this time round, huh? Let's learn from our mistake. How do we ever be a Scuzzback? I actually kind of want this Penumbra one. It's like one of the only ways to block down a Scuzzback. Yeah, I agree, Alice. I think the worm seems nice. Stinger Fling Spider seems suboptimal against the red-green beatdown deck. I know, right, Prometheus? This and the double angel deck would have been busto. Just like super messed up. Oh my god. Sneep. Easiest keep of my life. Like turn 4 cruise. Okay, Alice. See you soon. Enjoy lunch. Are they firing off the turn on Luton or being patient? Alright. Second cruise isn't quite what we wanted. Young PZ. Jesus, let's find a forest. I need to fight this Wayfinder against the PZ. Ugh. Alright, that's pretty rough. I'm gonna get to start making tokens. Oh, lore and creature designs are amazing. The art on Awful Snout is like actively horrifying. What is this nonsense? Yeah. It's really awkward. I need to like try and prey upon this down, but I also need to keep cards in my yard for my second cruise. Have I ever worked? I haven't actually worked in a normal office setting. I've worked in I worked in a care home, which is obviously quite a bit different for a while. And that would always be like a tiny bit awkward because you'd get so like the people I was working with had dementia, so like how they were reading me and stuff was just like all over the place. And like their like relatives would come in and see me like, you know, once every few months and would just have no idea either. So that was always like a bit weird from that perspective. Alright, just fire off the Drake, right? Take down this Pyromancer. Cool, they did not have a Shed Skin, or Shed Weakness, whatever it's called. But yeah, I definitely had like a bunch of situations that were pretty awkward because people didn't really know like, you know, my identity or how to read me or whatever. Was never really sure how to deal with it, if I'm honest. Because like working in a care home and stuff is like really weird context in that regard. Alright, I think we just need to start killing them before they start playing scuzzbacks. We got a decent clock in the air, 2 turns. Holy cow, that's absurd. That's so brutal. Okay, well, Max punished for attacking, I guess. Alright, bounce the Wickerburr because it cost them the most to recast. I think I meant to attack. Oh no, they have a reach creature, I'm stupid. We can't even just break through the reach creature ever. I don't know how we kill them for a 2/5 reach. It's like a bit problematic. That makes sense, Injectilio. Sorry you're having to go through that. I never really had anything quite like that specifically. I've always found that like people just kind of leave me alone in bathrooms. Which is pretty fortunate. Yeah, the A-Lily, yikes, gets a lot of use in this format, you're not wrong. Oh, we have Pulse in our decks. We need to save the Mahamoti in the bin. Alright. Well, we might have found a way to kill our opponent. Number Worm ends the game abruptly. I almost wonder if they were meant to like attack all and get us in Alchemist range. It's interesting. When am I gonna play green, black, or blue, white in Modern? I'm gonna do some Modern at some point this week, I think. I've been really enjoying Modern the last few times I've played it. That's a big boy. Alright. I almost want to bounce that. Get an attack with my Penumbra Worm. Make my 8/8. They get to choose for some lands, but I don't think that really matters that much. Like, is this just crazy? I guess I meant to use the Just the Win just to save my Penumbra Worm in combat. It's probably smarter. Play Amulet. I would suck at Amulet. Wait, what, Imogen? I just saw the comment in brackets. Alright, we just swing with our Worm and our River Prowler. Depending on how they block, we can use the Just the Wind to push it through. Like, keep this alive. Yeah, I've never had any experiences with, like, so in my time period using the guys bathroom, I've had like actual zero experiences of anyone talking to me across like several years, like many years. And my experiences using the girls bathroom, like I've only really had like people who know me talk to me. So yes, I'm like not used to that part of like the culture in general. Yeah, maybe American academics are just more talkative. Yeah, I could imagine. I could get Glen Elendra up to protect me from like a top deck spell. I think getting down my 8/8 is so good though, because it blocks the Woodfall. Right, we just need to block this thing, right? Scuzzy. Choose through some attackers. I don't know if I'm just meant to only be swinging on my River Prowler and sit behind like my moat. Like, these two just persist if I attack into them anyway. We have them on a 5-turn clock, but if they draw any spell, their clock speeds up by a bunch. I think we attack all next turn and try and trample over some things, maybe, once we have the Scuzzy in play. Jeez, Imogen, I can imagine that being burned into your mind. That sounds awful. Alright, we have Glen up. That is not a spell I particularly care about though. In that it does literal nothing. Oh my god, we have 7 cards in our deck. I'm happy we brought it in this Penumbra Worm. That's an absurd draw. Huh. I think that means I just buy back the Djinn and recast it. It might be dead on board for all I know. I guess I should walk. Yeah, that is the draw. It's a really good one. I'm going to do the maths. I don't think they're dead. They're on 6. They block this on this. They chump this. They put this on this. And they have 2 more blockers. They go like here and here. So they're not quite dead. I guess we can just attack all next turn though, once we have the Djinn in play. Alright. Pulse was the perfect draw. I think we can win this now. This game has been super fair. like the actual fairest. Right, are they dead if we attack all? So they're on 4. This needs to block this. This is so complicated. So reach creature can only block a Stitch Strike. So this is getting through, so they're on 2. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. Oh, yeah, they're just dead because of the flyers, right? They only have 1 reach creature. So they can block Chump this, and they take 7. Doesn't have trample on it, nope. It's not like Wild Breaker. Cool. That was something. I hope my opponent does not draw their Spider again next game. The card is quite rude, to put it lightly. Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate it. I don't know if I want the third Ether Snipe. It feels like these games go really long. Against their deck, we're just like staring at each other across the table. I don't think I want it though. I kind of like everything else in my deck more. The River Prowler was actually weirdly important in that game, even though it's pretty underpowered. We won first match, Marcus. We're currently 1-1 in the second. The deck actually feels pretty reasonable. Or has felt reasonable in the games we played. God, this is a Wayfinder away from being perfect. So we have 5 draws that make this hand absurd, like Skullkeeper, Wayfinder. These games go like really long against my opponent too. I don't think we can keep this though. Alright, I think this is probably better. If we're being honest. Prismatic Lens is really nice. It's like Wayfinder or Skullkeeper, but even Skullkeeper you're like crossing your fingers. Yikes. Alright, I would like a Wayfinder next turn, please. Oh my god, Imogen, that sounds disgusting. Yeah, Stingflinger is really messed up when there are so many like big bomby flyers. Now we see the dark side of Stitch Strike. Oh yeah, I love my chat. My chat is amazing. A+ chat. Evoke Aether Snipe so we can cast Drake. Oh my god. Come on, Wayfinder. Hey! Just like we asked. There's a creature in our yard now. We're so lucky. Not a Treasure Cruise and a Living Law, which, you know, less good, but... Now we get Stingflingered. I do love chat. Chat is great. I'm glad you like it so much, Imogen. I've definitely tried to like help make it that sort of environment. I know like a lot of my mods and stuff have pushed it in that direction too, which I really appreciate. Oh, thanks, Garmot. The Wicked Marauder. Looking pretty good for them. No, we can't cast Aether Snipe next turn. Aww, thank you, Lassie. Do you like the 13-year-old girl thing? Finger hearts. Do I just have to double block this? I think I might. I'm not convinced we have the long game against them, but we also have this Rogue's Passage and they're pinging us. Oh my god, Phil. I just have to kill this Pyromancer now, I believe. Not convinced I'm beating this Thermo Alchemist either, but whatever we do starts with killing the Pyromancer. I just have to block. Yes, I do. Wow, they just don't have spells, but they're not casting looting either. I'm gonna get rid of this elemental. Oh, they have Woodfall Primus. I just realized it. This might be a problem. You're reading that as chat likes me almost as much as the new emotes. I can understand preferring the new emotes. What's my favorite red card in Standard? What's a red card? Why would one play a red card? I guess we can't actually win the game. They have this Rogue's Passage. Alright, alright. I always kind of want to play some Haphazard Bombardment, because that is a lot of Stone Rains. I love both of the colours of Magic. There are 4 colours in Magic. There's Dimir and there's Bant. And then there's like... I guess blue like overlaps those. Blue can be the 4th and 5th colour. You've seen me play Jeskai. Jeskai is just like blue-white with some frills though. I'm actually wondering now what my actual favourite red card in Standard is. There must be something, but like, great. Would it be weird if I just started like looking for a spoiler on stream to find out? Frenzy, Niv. It's definitely not Frenzy. I don't really like Frenzy very much. I think it makes for like slightly boring play patterns. Diathlete Daredevil, that's fine. I'm trying to think off the top of my head now. I just like not played red cards in so long. I love Arclight in Modern. I think in Standard it's a bit frustrating sometimes. I do really like Crackling Drake. Crackling Drake is a sweet card. Wow, the River Prowler can battle past the Servitors. I wonder how many Servitors they have. What nonsense they're gonna do with them. I'm gonna feel really stupid if I block and they play a Servitor. Also, I have this River Prowler in my yard. I like Drakes without Phoenixes in Standard. But, like, both are really good. For sure. Like, whichever way you go, you're not gonna be sad, right? We just need to live till we can cast these Aether Snipes. Spell Pierce Drake deck, yeah, that deck seems sweet. Oh my god. Ah! Right. I'm gonna block this Mongrel. Also, I feel pretty dead right now. That deck is so smork. I'm just casting this to block down 1/1s. Or do I have to go like Wayfinder Cruise to find something more powerful to do next turn? I'm gonna in for Wayfinder Cruise, dig for something powerful. Yes, maybe we have to discard a card, but it's not the end of the world. Opponent's name is Jim Jam. They do like to jam. Yeah, Wayfinder Cruise guarantees the lands, that's really important. For sure, Imogen. I like the 2/5, it can like block the Mongrel well. Oh yeah, Lavinia is sweet. Lavinia is a very cool card. I'm just gonna throw this in front of the puppy, I think. Maybe I meant to save this to block a bigger creature with. We do not have the Pulse Loop. We didn't see a single Archaeomancer. Well, not whilst we were in blue anyway. We moved into blue pretty late. Yeah, Marcus, the ceiling and floor on this card are pretty divergent. Admittedly. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yikes, I guess is the expression. I don't know, maybe these Aether Snipes keep us in this. Ceiling spiders are a lot more scary than floor spiders. Is that like the actual case? Which of those is actually more dangerous? I'm kind of curious. Alright, I guess we're just blocking the Dragoon. When we take 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, they can make it 10. Then they lose their whole hand. kind of want to get rid of this and keep our blocker in play, and then we can snipe the mongrel to start buying time. I have to imagine the floor spiders are worse, but I've not had a huge amount of experience in this area. Huh. This is a good one for helping us catch up, jeez. Alright, I just bounced the mongrel, right? Then I can block, take 2. Prey on the mongrel. They did have a card in hand, so we couldn't prey at that turn, but I kind of want to do Pulse plus Glen when I do that. The Pulse then like gains me some life, which is nice. Please no Become Immense. Thank you. If they want to bring back the zombie, they don't get to play a puppy. So that's fine with me. So do I bounce the puppy again? I could prey upon it. We do not have a Maelstrom Pulse in this deck for the Servitors, sadly. Now I can eat the puppy. The 4/4 would trade with the puppy, right? I guess they'd lose their hand in the process, though. Now that we're doing this, it's too late to do that. Because we're going to put a card in their hand if we return a Servitor. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, we can fight the Scrabbler. Just to keep their board clean. Alright, attack for 6. Can block both the Servitors. The Prowler can't block, unfortunately, Injectilio. There's an argument for getting him for 8. He's us dead to a pump spell, though. Which I think we can beat. And then I want a 4-turn clock to our Prowler. Shed Weakness is so bad that, I mean, they could also just have like a Become Immense, right? Which would be like a really, really sensible card for our opponent to be playing. Right. Can hold up this to throw off their combat math. Yeah, Mark of the Vampire is a real card, but we still get to block the Servitor that gets marked with the Aether Snipe in that case. Or we get snouted in response to the pulse. Oh my god. That would be brutal. What a way to go. That would be awful. That's not funny. Oh my god. Jesus. So many flyers. It's kind of nice. I should not be doing this pre-combat. I don't want them to know I have this. So I'd rather they don't block my thing with their Dragoon. Wow. Wayfinder, what are you doing to me? I love how these mere servitors means we don't even have to consider attacking on the ground. They can take this trade, I'm fine with that. Get rid of Skullkeeper. Can't think of any reason to hold my land. Alright. Did they just draw all their mere servitors in their top 7? Also, their deck seems pretty beatable for ours. I think our Aether Snipes kind of just go over the top of them, which is nice. Wait, mere servitor is symmetrical? Jeez. I actually know someone in Bath who owns a mere servitor cube, where when you finish drafting, there's basic land piles and then there's a mere servitor pile, and you can add as many mere servitors as you want to your deck when you finish drafting. So there's like a bunch of like crazy synergy stuff, like sacrifice outlets and stuff like that for your mere servitors. You have to figure out how many you want in your deck. It's like kind of gas. Too lazy for sideboarding. Deck's perfect. Yeah, the idea is sweet, Squirmet. I agree. I wonder if I just want the 4th Aether Snipe against them. Over like the Djinn or something. Just because it's such a big tempo boon against like what seems to be a pretty aggressive deck. Or even like the 4th Aether Snipe over something like cute and awkward like the Living Law. Just because it's more reliable against an aggressive deck. There is no hope, lassie. This is the world you found yourself in. Bring in the Servitor. Wow. We figured it out. That's great. Jesus, Imogen, that's amazing. We can even mill it over. Our like whole deck is mill cards. This hand doesn't really do anything. Draw an island and it does stuff. This is somehow worse. Fine. Kinda want forests, I guess. Why is the hand so awkward? We have 4 6-drops in the deck, Squirmet. Those were the 4 6-drops. Didn't get this emote for us to go down to 5. Alright. Everyone get ready for game 3, I guess. Don't know why I'm casting this rather than ramping. It's not like we can block the servitors anyway. Someone needs a 6 emote, Marcus. Fill in the gap. There's a curious lack of a 6 emote in Twitch MTG. I do have 2 2-drops now. It's great. This draw seems awkward. I'm not gonna lie. Just the Wind does not seem like the optimal interaction against the Myr Servitor deck. I guess bouncing a Servitor is basically like killing it. Force your opponent to spend a mana. So I'm going to draw Treasure Cruise next turn. 2 1s and bounce spells against Myr Servitor. Oh my god, if we attack with both Skullkeepers and they block and we bounce the other Servitor, they don't get this Servitor back from the grave. So tech. How can we ever lose? Right, they have a 1/1 unblockable, we have a 2/1 unblockable. Opponent's unblockable 1/1's gonna kill us. It does feel that way, doesn't it? I'm kind of relieved that we've managed to mill all the green cards in our no forest to draw. I guess we have this Prismatic Lens, but I'm sure that doesn't have any text other than adding generic mana. Whoa, stop F6ing. Stop F6ing. Stop F6ing. I paid attention. I paid attention in time. I managed to look back at this screen at the right moment. Huh. I want to keep some cards in the yard. So I'm just gonna fully pay. Right? I mean, these cards are close to castable. This Prismatic Lens, secretly the best card in our deck. I like how both our decks just look like wildly dysfunctional this game. Admittedly, ours was on a Molta 5. Pulse buys me 6 turns. I mean, you're not wrong. Just like 6 time walks and draws a card. And demonic tutors. We're basically playing Turbo Fog at this point. Oh my god. Moat idea, Time Walker moat. I do say Time Walker a lot. But it's true. Well, that was an aggressive Prey Upon, if I've ever seen one. Huh. Bounce your Mere Servitor. Hit you for 4. I know that one of the next emotes I want I do need one of me like crying as like an autumn version of Bible Thump. It's like something I would make thorough use of. Bible Thump is one of my favorites of the generic emotes. Just like A+ emote. But I'm going to be commissioning some more emotes in January, so if people let me know ideas of stuff they want, I will definitely keep it all in mind. Like, a bunch of the ones we have now were inspired by things people said. Like, someone said they wanted a Dreamy emote, and I was like, okay, how do we do that? God, I can't stand that stuff shop. I can't bring myself to have an emote of that stuff. It's so upsetting to me. What was my first at an MTG? So my boyfriend at the time introduced me to the game about 2 weeks before Dragon's Maze pre-release, which was Gatecrash. We played with like some intro decks that he made for teaching people, and then we played with like some standard decks. So we had like mono black Cryptghast ramping into Grizzlebrand deck. We had like Jeskai control with main deck Rest in Pieces and Mist Hollow Griffins. There was like a Turbo Fog deck that used Otherworld Atlas. You can just take this. They want to discard their hand and whatever. And then like after about 2 weeks of that, I ended up going to my first pre-release, which was Dragon's Maze. They upgraded to a 2/2 unblockable. Such power. Power such that the world has never seen before. Oh my god. Opponent storming off. This is like slightly terrifying. They just have a bunch of free frees all lined up. Alright. Suddenly them just... Yeah, it sure doesn't, Alice. You raise a very good point. I just want another blocker in play. I'm hitting them for 5, trying to end this game. This blocks so well. I think it's safe to hit them for 5 though. Maybe. I can block 2 Root Wallers, this can chump the Mongrel. And we only take 6. It's not even become immense range. Root Wallers won't stay home forever. Soon they will roam free. Oh my god, the value. The value crow. Alright, so we get to go prey upon your crow. That is certainly something. I'm not sure how to feel about it. There's some like powerful stuff going on though. I can either bring back this and have 2 lethal creatures next turn, or I can play the Aether Snipe to play things super safe. Make sure I can't possibly die. Block, 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 take 3. Yeah. Whatever. Just jam. Here are my lethal spells, opponent. Show me your worst. Maybe I meant to evoke Aether Snipe. I never think to do that because it feels like such a waste of value. But maybe. By the way, I know we've got a couple new subs on today's stream. Anyone who has Discord, check out the subscriber Discord. You can check chat for instructions, but basically you just have to link up your Discord and Twitch accounts. It's pretty great. I'm a fan. We die to become immense. 1, 2, 3, 6, 12. Not close. And now we have 2 lethal threats on the way back. Sick. What goes on in the Discord? We just like talk about Magic and life, and I let people like know announcements about streams in advance. Stuff like that. Like I previewed the emotes that were going to be added like a week ago, so everyone in the Discord got to see them early as well. Just things like that. It's pretty sweet. Alright, got the 2-1. That deck was nice. That deck was actually pretty great.